Hi guys, today we're going to read our favorite story, Boy. B-O-Y. Boy. Okay. Once there was a king who lived high on a hill. His castle looked over the valley to the mountains beyond. He was a powerful man with many brave knights. The mountains were once rich with trees, but a powerful dragon had destroyed much of the forest with his fiery breath. You can see the smoke coming out of his nostrils. In a small village on the edge of the burned forest lived Boy. Boy couldn't hear, but he was happy. He spoke with his dancing hands, and he drew pictures for people in the sand. His parents loved his stories, but the villagers didn't understand him. What a strange child, they would say as they walked by. Since the forest had been burned, the king and the dragon had fought many fierce battles. And there was roaring, flapping, running around, hiding, dodging, weaving, and a whole lot of shouting. Charge! Boy couldn't hear the battle cries, but he had seen the fear in his mother's eyes, and he felt it in his father's hands when he held him close. The battles were loud and long, but no one ever won. One day, when the king and the dragon were battling once again, Boy ran right into the middle of all of it. You see he's over here playing, chasing that little lizard. The knights were stunned. Move, they shouted. Get out of the way, Boy, ordered the king. Rawr, bellowed the dragon. But of course, Boy could not hear them. Flames flared from the dragon's nostrils. The knights waved their swords frantically as they marched over to Boy. Why aren't you listening? Shouted the king. Boy was surprised when he looked up and saw them all. He watched them for a moment, and then he made his hands dance. The knights were flabbergasted, and the king was puzzled. The dragon was mystified. No one could understand what he was doing. Boy could see that they didn't understand him, so he took his sword and he wrote in the sand, "Why are you fighting?" And there was silence until suddenly the king pointed to the dragon. He started it. He burned our forest. And the dragon shook his head. It was an accident, he roared. I sneezed a fireball into the trees. I came to say sorry, but your knights chased me away. And then all the knights pointed at the king. And they said, he told us to. And the king looked up at the dragon. Well, I thought you were coming to take my castle. Your castle's far too small for me, the dragon said. All I want is for you to stop chasing me. I don't like being scared. Well, nor do we, said the knights. Boy drew a picture of everyone in the sand. He showed them how their days could be without fighting and fear. There was a lot of chatting and laughing. I promise the knights won't chase you anymore, said the king to the dragon. And you can visit my castle whenever you like. And I will cover my nose when I sneeze, said the dragon. Boy couldn't hear a word, but he didn't need to. Back in the village, everyone was waiting to see Boy, and they all said thank you. Now, I know we all love that story, and that story teaches us how to use our words and have conversations with people so that way there's no misunderstandings and people aren't afraid or scared or fighting each other. They can talk and they can listen and then they can fix their problems. Bye, class.